So I decided to buy myself a welder.
It's a lot smaller than I thought.
The only problem is, I've never welded before.
I don't know what I'm doing. That's not doing anything.
So embark on this journey with me as I try to learn how to do stick, MIG and TIG welding.
Oh, I'm actually really excited about this. This is great. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing the Reboot RBM2000 multi-purpose welder. I bought this from Amazon for about £130. I've never welded before. It's something I've always wanted to do. I have absolutely no idea whether it's a good one or not. So let's find out what it's like inside the box. Okay, I was expecting another box inside this box, but that's fine. Makes it easier. So we've got a bag with all different feed nozzles by the looks of it. And then it looks like we've got the welder itself. So it's got a handle on top. Let's see if I can... Oh. Let's just see what there is. This was a question I had and I wasn't too sure if it was going to be a regular 240 volt 13 amp plug, and it is, so that's quite good because it means I can actually use it. Lots of packaging. Go over there. So this is the probably the main thing I'll be using, the main handle and feed. There we go. I'm sure I will learn technical words for all of this. This is tube. Let's get out all of the loose bits first. This looks like that is probably the negative, and I believe that this is for stick welding. And then the final thing in the box is another box, and inside here should be some wire. I believe that is just mild steel wire, which will be really handy for practicing and testing and learning how to weld. Okay, so the first thing I think we should look at is probably the actual welder unit, the power source or whatever you want to call it. So it's a lot smaller than I thought. I thought they would be bigger than this. Looks like it's got a digital display. All your cores come out of here. It's like your gas plugs in there, I guess. I thought the gas plugged into your handle, but what do I know? I don't know anything. Yeah. Well, there's not much to say on that because I don't know what I'm looking at. There's a button that you press there. But it seems pretty solid piece of equipment, to be honest. Yeah, I'm quite excited to get using it actually. So let's just have a look inside. Okay. So here we've got what look like the recommended weld settings and a few pictograms showing what to do and how to use it. This is where the reel goes, and you feed the weld wire through here, and then I guess this is the motor that feeds it out at whatever rate it is that you set. Great. Feels pretty good. I'm not sure that I'd say you'd want it industrial level, but I think for my garage, should be absolutely perfect. Okay, so this is the handle, I believe, for stick for stick welding. Okay, I thought that was like a lever to pull it out. It doesn't look like it is. I'm guessing you unscrew it and then screw it in. You put your stick through and you hold it like that and you go and you weld, I guess. I will have to read the instructions, but I'm pretty sure that's what you do with this. It is very plastic, which kind of makes sense, I suppose, so you don't electrocute yourself, but doesn't feel particularly robust. Like, this feels like it will snap with a gentle drop, and in fact the whole thing feels like it's not the best plastic, or it's not the best sort of, it's not substantial, that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm sure, again, it will do the job for my garage. Here we have the negative. So clip that to the workpiece or a metal bench if you're working on a metal bench. And that should also prevent you from being electrocuted. There's not a whole lot to say about that. It's a metal clip on a wire. Pretty standard. Feels like metal, so yeah, this might survive a gentle drop. Here we have the MVP, I think, of this entire package. It is a plastic tube. It has taken me a good 5 minutes to actually try and determine what this is for, again without reading the instructions. I'm going to say it's probably for gas. I really have no idea what else to say about that. It's tube. This is the meat of the product, I would say, other than the welder itself. But this is probably this is probably what I'm going to be using the most. This is the control, I guess you'd call it, for the MIG. Yeah, it's have a button. I assume that is what you press, and it puts the feed through from the reel all the way up the pipe. You do some welding like that, as I'm sure we'll find out. Looks like you can feed gas into that. So does it have 2 gas feeds? Is that what that is? I'm not too sure what this is. Or is that gas? I don't know. I will find out. So this feels quite substantial, sort of all the bundle of wires, I guess, is what it feels like inside this, but it's got like a nice coating on it, I guess, to protect it from any kind of damage or dirt or anything like that, or it clipping on anything. The handle, again, a bit like the other one that we had. It's plastic. It's not substantial plastic, but it makes sense that it is plastic, again, for electrocution reasons. Although saying that, there's a metal clip there. I'm assuming that's not connected to anything that's metal inside, otherwise that could end badly. You got the tip, and you go buzz and weld away, I suppose. The trigger, again, going back to the whole it's not great plastic feel, the trigger does feel like it might break at some point. Again, I get the feeling that this is definitely not industrial kit. It is definitely random guy buying stuff off Amazon, garage, probably use twice, and then never use again. Basically me. It's for me. Okay, here we have some pieces. And the instructions, which I might read at some point. I don't have a habit of reading instructions. I might do on this. I don't really know what any of these are. I'm guessing they are different sizes for different size of wire. Or spares, maybe? Do these wear through and they're just spares? I have not got a clue. I will look at this at some other time. And finally, the wire. I'm not going to unpack this because I don't want wire unfurling everywhere. Uncurling, furling, curling. I don't want it coming apart and having crap all over the place. I've not got anything to say on this. This came with it. It's 0.5 kilogram of wire. Pretty confident that's mild steel. Probably should have checked between the cuts of this video, but I didn't. Box number 2. More things I've picked up and been told that you need if you're welding. I'm sure to some of you, I really enjoy the sound of this box opening with some ASMR. More wire. Flux core wire, so I don't need gas. I have no idea if the other wire that came with the welder is flux or not, but I don't want to buy the gas, so I bought that. Oh, what is this? I don't remember buying this. It says TIG welding torch, stud welding gun, MIG Mac. I have no idea what this is. Keep my trusty knife. It's another gun. Not a bang bang gun, I don't think. Packaging. No prizes for guessing what this is. Apparently you need one of these so you don't go blind. Apparently it is a industrial disease or something like that, where people used to not wear welding masks and now their eyes are a mess. I don't fancy that, so I've got a mask that it looks like I have to put together. Okay. And gauntlets, so I don't burn myself, which I do have a habit of doing. I'm not too sure what these were. These were on the picture on Amazon. Auto darkening welding mask. I'm not too sure what these are, but they are with it. So the mask is a mask. It says auto darkening. I don't know whether that means that you just start welding and it knows that there's light, so it goes dark, or I don't know. Hence why I said I don't know. But I bought one. That is the bit which actually goes on your head. I just need to clip that in. That is for later. Gauntlets. And again, back to the stuff which I've already gone through. So that is everything I have bought to start trying to weld. And, well, let's go see if I can. So I thought I would actually put this together in the house rather than outside in the cold, wet garage, because apparently my garage is very wet. So let's see how to actually put this together. I have had a quick glance at the instructions. Not overly helpful, but I'm sure we will find a way. And everything starts with this. So I think what you're supposed to do is put the coil in. I'm not too sure how. I guess we get it out and find out what to do. Ooh, that is very sealed. Knife, trusty knife. I need tools to do this. Do I have wire cutters in here? If not, the trusty knife might be used for probably failing to cut through wire. Ha, that will do. Is this supposed to be plugged in when you do this? I don't understand. It's got like a picture of poking through a hole. There's something said about cutting that off. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, 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 don't unwind. Crap. It unwound. I don't understand. That is the wrong way round. You should have done it that way, not that way. You can't get it. Does that stop it from spinning round? Doesn't feel like it will, to be honest. Oh, it did. I messed up. So how do you force that through there? It just keeps pulling back. Needless to say, these instructions are not the best. Especially if you haven't got a clue what you're actually doing. They are really terrible. Like, it doesn't actually say that you have to plug it in. I'm wondering if you have to plug it in before doing this. But there's no way to lock that in there. I am so lost. These instructions are shocking. I think if you don't know what you're doing, don't use the instructions. I feel like this is supposed to do something and it doesn't seem to. Oh. That did something now. Now I can feed this through. And my wire's become extremely loose, which is exactly what it says not to let happen. But you can't not. Goodness, this is difficult. There we go. I'm in, baby. Okay. I think it's set up. Okay, so we're going to turn this on for the first time. Excuse the mess in the garage. I had a nightmare getting in here. We are trying to move house, hence the mess. So there's an on button at the back. Okay. I have no idea what any of this means. That's something. Oh, I don't know what that is. No, that's touch screen. How do I choose stuff? Oh, lift TIG. MIG. That's what I want, I think. I can't really see that. Oh, what's that say? I need that on there. So the first thing I will say is that it's a really small screen and I'm trying to see what it says and I'm struggling. Flux 1 mil. Okay. Is that changing shit? Okay, so if I go back round to... Oh no, wait, hang on. Am I doing that? Maybe. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this one means. It's changing numbers. And that one, ooh. I don't know what that does either. So... I think I just go for it. Okay. Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Face mask. And then I guess well, I guess you feed this through until it comes through. I don't know how you know if it's coming through or not. I'm hearing a whirring, which might mean something, it might mean nothing. Who knows with this? I don't know if you can open the side while it's running, but I am doing. put it simply, no. Okay, well that didn't work because the coil came undone. So as you can see, what's happened is the coil has unwound. It's then gone behind here as it's pulled. That's all become a mess and I can't actually undo this now. Great. I'm going to try and figure this out. Okay, so I finally managed to get this top piece off, and let's have a look at the damage, and yeah, that's made a mess. Okay, so I've got actually no idea if this is what you're supposed to do in this situation, but I'm just going to cut this there and say bye to all this wire feeding into the machine. And then my logic is if I cut around here somewhere, let that get drawn through. So if I cut here, let that pull through, and then put that back on, and then feed it through once that's gone through, and hope that that pushes that through and around all of that and out. I assume that's what you have to do when you change wire anyway. Big problem with doing all of this is when you put a welding mask on, you then can't see anything. Okay, so I think, okay, that's being pulled through. Okay, that now get it turned off. Okay. Now then, don't mess this up this time. Okay, that's getting stuck somewhere. For some reason, that is getting really stuck and it's not going through. Why? Okay, time to cut more wire because God forbid I'd actually use any of it. When I did this earlier, it went through so easily. Sure, this is great footage of my back. Just thinking it's going to make more sense to pull out, if I can, pull out the wire which I was feeding through before. Because Whoa, that's quite a lot. Just in case. Whoa. I must have got quite far up. Okay, weld machine back on. Visor back on. Do all the gauntlet-y stuff again. In fact, take the visor off so I can see if this feeds through. Oh, that was way more than I was expecting. Okay, visor on now. Okay, visor off. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's too much though. Jesus, this garage needs a tidy because I keep killing myself on that. Okay. No, that's not doing anything. This thing, cut the wire again. Second thing, find the instructions. Read the instructions.
And while I do that, if you've made it this far into the video, why not like and subscribe? I'm planning to make more videos like this one following my journey to learn how to weld and many more things as well.
Okay, so I've read the recommended weld settings on the plate inside the machine, and it reckons you need, for this steel and for what I'm doing, 140 volts, which I didn't realise this whole welders worked in, but alright, I thought it was all amp related. And apparently this one, that's the wrong setting, hang on. Flux. I think this is 1 inch. That is not that. I don't know what that is. And let's go again. Mask on. Gauntlets on. Nothing's happening. Well, I'm not too sure then. I think
one of the main things about this is the instructions are rubbish. I am plugged into the right thing. I think I'm going to have to go and have a look to see if I can find information elsewhere. Note of the day, the instructions are rubbish.
Okay, so it's a couple of days later now because I've had a few things to do, so I couldn't do this yesterday. But I have mentioned a few times that this is amateur hour here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've seen something, and apparently, when you're doing flux core welding, you actually plug the negative into the positive, which is one thing I got wrong. So that's now in, and then this random cable, which I was like, what in the world is that for? That's obviously some random connection. That actually plugs then into the negative. And I'm sure loads of people were thinking, yes, that is obviously what you do. I didn't know that. So there you go. Hopefully this now works. And I should probably also plug this in properly as well, which I didn't do before. Screw it up nice and tight. Okay, I will try it again. Okay, everything's set up. I've got that. I've got this. I think. Okay, well that was doing something, which is a start. That's better than what we've had so far. That's pretty cool. So, as you can see, I had a bit too much wire on at the start. That snapped off and then basically created a bit of a mess. So I think, from the zero amount of experience that I have, if I put the power up a little bit, might get something a bit better. I think I need more power. Questioning whether my helmet's even working. I think my face mask needs charging because I don't think it's actually working too well. It's very, very tinted, but it's not blacking out like I would expect it to. Let's try one more time. Yeah, pretty sure that it's not.
So after changing the battery on the face mask, I came back to have another crack at it. Well, I'm pretty sure it didn't make any difference, and I'm just seeing exactly the same as it was before. It doesn't seem quite as dark as what it should be, but I just thought I'd get a good go of welding just to try and see what it's like.
Might have to go and buy a proper welding mask because this one really is shit. Right, that is the first weld that actually looks like a proper weld. So let me do that again. I might just have to do this with my eyes closed the way this is going. I probably should have prepared the surface as well. I'm going to try that next. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a few bits and pieces. I'm not very good. This is probably, that's not it. This one here is probably one of the better ones I've done. Looks like an actual weld, like what you'd expect from a welder. There's a lot of splatter, which I will have to look into why, and if there's something that causes that. Maybe there's too much power, too little power, I have no idea. But what I'm going to do now is grind the surface just to prepare it a little bit, just to see if that will give it a better weld. It's not dirty, the base metal, but it's not clean as well, so that might help. Okay, I'm going to do the grinding in my welding mask because I can't find goggles. And I should probably put some gloves on as well, just let's be safe. Okay, that is a partially polished surface at least, so might just give something slightly better results. So as you can see here, some of it was a lot better, and it was actually where I went a lot closer to the metal. So I'm wondering now if I'm just too far away from the metal. And it also looks like where I'm further away, there's a lot of splatter, and then closer, where I was closer, it looks like a lot cleaner of a weld. Oh, I'm actually really excited about this. This is great. Okay, so I'll flip the side of the metal, and I'm gonna try again. It's just...
As you can see, I'm welding and there's a lot of fumes coming off, so I think I'll need to sort out some extraction moving forwards. I'm putting my shopping list together, and so far a new mask in some form of extraction is on there.
I think the fire brigade are going to get called around at this point, at some point.
It was at this point I had to stop. There was so much smoke in the garage, I was getting really worried my neighbours would call the fire brigade. I'm going to have to sort out some extraction before I can continue doing this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.